Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Up next, it's our main event between the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans. We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. They call this a modest game here, brought about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's yours. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Given 8 on that one. And that's a Falcon first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. A handoff for Robinson, running right. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the shotgun, yours. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans force the turnover on the first series of this game. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. It's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, Kate. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense got to pick him up.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground with Benson. And they won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing third down to begin this ballgame.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
On the quick, right? Tony. Tonight.
Stroud completes it quick. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
And the Texans, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Wow, love us.
Benson now from the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
All right.
Looking to throw. Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
With the design keeper. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. Pickup of 12 on that play. It will be a first down, Texans. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, and an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Catch is made in close. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. It'll be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Ewers. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. It's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. throw. 3rd and long. Man downfield, and he finds London. He has this down to the 34. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
Yours to the air now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. And now it's 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there'll be more interceptions.
Operating from the gun, it's yours. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Drake London. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Check Bobcat! Check Bobcat!
To the air on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
This will end up as a touchback.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And off to Benson to start the drive. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Behind Diablo there on the tackle.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Ow, what's that?
Now it's Stroud. To the right side, hauled in by Collins. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. End of one here. 7-3 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Finds him on the crossing route. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down Houston.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down.
All right.
They give up the cut to Benson. The middle was crowded, so he found some daylight outside. Look at that. That's a 9-yard gain.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down.
Here we go.
And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans now lead by 10. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Texans drive their lead to 11.
14. Falcons 3. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Drop ball leading.
Here's Robinson, start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, you got the tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They'll work against the blitz. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. Along the right sideline. There's space. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons making a one-score game in the first half. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
All right.
On play action, here's Stroud. Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards at the end.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
On the quick, right?
First down, Stroud. Pulls it at the 7. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans now lead by 10. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right right down the middle. It's good. And the Texans drive their lead to 11.
Falcons 10. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. And in motion, out of the slot. Play action, yours. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Air it out on 3rd. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Brings it in at the 12. Not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud off of play action. Connects on the crosser. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a 29-yard gain. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive.
All ready. 18. What's that?
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
And I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. They're in practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
They give on 2nd to Benson. Up to the races, middle of the field. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 3-possession game. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans push their lead to 18.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Throwing here, Ewers. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, total ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
So 2nd and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. Five still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
From the shotgun, it's Ewers. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 15. And the Falcons first down.
1st and 10 are under Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Ewers now to throw. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off by Darren Stingley Jr. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Now, what's up? 18, what's up?
To the air, Stroud. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
It's quarterback you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find the throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. He finds Stover. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
So 1st down from the 41.
All right. 18, what's up?
From the gun, Stroud. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Robert Spillane has it. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Back to work after throwing the pick. This back, it's Robinson. And they're on him right near the catch point as he gets this to the 24-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ewers. That's him on the quick hitter. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Texans' 22-yard line.
Lewis to the air now. Chased out to his right. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jalen Reed with the INT. And the Texans make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's tackled for no gain.
Almost to the yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard
So that's the
line.
halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Line has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Third quarter underway. Here's Benson with the second level at the 40. The 30. Gets the 10. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown.
If you saw me chuckling, you know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen, and they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long, extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
That one splits the uprights, and the Texans grow their lead yet again.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Shotgun snap will give to Robinson. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Ewers. Finds him over the middle. He is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Ewers to throw. That's one on the quick slant. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to throw this from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Falcon 1st down. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Throwing now, it's Ewers. He's got it in the end zone, but he can't get the feet down. Oh, that throw just took him a little bit too far, Brock. That's going to be incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
Third and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and long.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
Zerline puts it through. And it shrinks to a 3-score game again. The lead 22.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now, 1st round. Has him running the comeback. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down throw by Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. It's a race down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans piling onto the scoreboard yet again. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans continue piling on to this lead.
Falcons 13. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To throw, here's Ewers. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. Along the sideline past midfield. He's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. There's a reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. To throw, Ewers. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Offense in a hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing here, Ewers. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up second and 2. At the 20.
In the shotgun, it's Ewers. The left side is caught by Pitts. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Working quickly here.
Falcons first down. An 8-yard pickup. And a Falcon first down.
Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they pick him off again. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10.
All right.
To the air. Stroud. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 16-yard line.
The give now to Benson. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. So they're left facing third and long. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Pass is brought in by Laporta. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Here we go. Good night.
Pitching it out to Benson. Zooks away from one. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be a first down, Texans. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
All right. Good night.
They'll pitch it to Mixon. Free inside the 30. It won't be a touchdown, Brock, but it sure was close. He winds up out of bounds just about a yard shy of the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
18. That's it. Good night.
And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans continue piling it on here in the fourth. It's a Sam Laporta Ford, a touchdown! His second scoring catch of the game. Right on the edge of the goal line for first and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
You know, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So first down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans continue adding on to that lead.
Falcons 13. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5. Man in motion here. The toss now to Robinson. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
Go! 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's second down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
7 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just looking for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
We've set it down from 37.
At the 37-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a few. It brings up third down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push-up run, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They give it to him again. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's a Falcon first down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Falcons just want to get out of here with how this one has gone. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Moore's keeping this one himself. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be second down.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, QB keeper, it gets 0.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Lures now to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And the run will not work. He is stopped at the line. This is going to be 4th and short.
But the final battle scene from the movie came two sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to try and backward. All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Field goal doesn't do anything for him here, so the offense staying out there on 4th down.
Cowboy 80.
Here he goes, one final shot. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he will not get to the end zone on our final play. As the stop is made in time, and we're out of time in this game. So it's the Texans who defend their building to take the win. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.